Okay, I had to take this video over a couple of times because I rambled on about some other things, and I realized that this would be other subjects that would be for other videos. So I'm going to tell you the quick version, and this is a quick version of this video and get right to the point. This goes with one of the videos where I claimed that how I fucked over gang stalkers and messed some of them over. And I'm just going to be quick about it, give you the dynamic, okay? Any of you guys watching, this is for you who, if you had a family members out there that was always telling you, get the fuck out, or instead of, like I said, what I regarded normal, even some of the religious fanatics of different uppity snooty religious people, or even secular, some of them say it's normal, you should get out of the house when you're a certain age. But I said in videos too that instead of that normal thing where you should get out on your own, you're encouraged to get out on your own, get out of the house, you're old enough. You'd have family members that it's almost like you're groomed to be sheep, like an investment, and try to tell you almost, okay, rather than ramble on too much, just think in your head the Danzig song, Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. You can't keep them in the dark for life. I'm going to show them my world. But anyway, if you have a family member that always threatening get the fuck out, but yet when you go to get a place and they find out you get a security deposit, they try to tell you it can't be done even if you put the proposition of getting a place to go, and then they find out you've got a security deposit down, after you had an income tax refund at the time and some money and you already got the place. They get mad. Okay, pretend you get the family member that gets real mad that, oh yeah, they lost their human ownership there, they're not the ones, assuming you have a family member that's like that, instead of say, oh, it's normal to just get a place of your own. Okay, you say you get the family member that gets mad, right? And then all of a sudden, after they get over it, and then start bringing things over to your place, like little housewarming gifts and pots and pans and things, and they're doing it to be passive aggressive and trying to fuck you over, and even cases getting other family members with friends that go to bars and different places, try to get you fired, bumped off from your job, and get you evicted, spread rumors. And I'm going to tell you a quick map of the dynamic of my area. I was able to defuse it, the gang stalking, fuck them over because of the dynamic of my area. You may want to pay attention to the dynamic of your area and adjust this and adapt this according to your situation. But I felt I was a little luckier with my strategy because, okay, a map of my first apartment was like this. Okay, like right across the street is a restaurant, which I ended up going to like all the time because I said, it's fuck cooking. I have to work all the time, and I was a disaster in the kitchen. But yet, I'll throw in parentheses, I have my YouTube videos called The Asshole Cooking Show, which I dived into cooking. If you want to tune into those videos, that's fine. But okay, restaurant across the street here, right next to the restaurant, old folks home, but occasionally they put a couple people in there that are at a halfway house or something that I think don't belong here, and they had them stay in there for a time. Sometimes other handicaps, but home for that over here. And then right next to the building, that across the street, right next to the building, the parking lot for the restaurant. Within a block and a half, a whole rest of the street, all nice houses on this side, okay? But yet on this side, a couple blocks down, all projects on this side. So I was saying, and this guy I appreciate this guy encouraging me in his comments to use his name while I'm talking about this, because I texted it all the time, and this is where I'm getting my point, where how you can get gang stalking, and it's mixed cultures. And I'm trying to say that, say if you have friends that maybe smoke a joint once in a while and drink once in a while, or if you like me, I wasn't no bar stool drinker, and I didn't go to these parties. As a matter of fact, I was gang stalked because I didn't want to go to these parties after work down somewhere. But yet I had other friends that didn't mind too, and that they smoked a joint once in a while. They told me, oh, you're right, don't go over there because I know so-and-so got beat up over there. But I was one of the person that would go down some that's not a bar, a beer with burger or fish sandwich, and you know what I mean. But Down here, there'd be people in the bar, like you had certain family members, like an aunt that drank and did drugs or something. Down these bars over here, and when you got other family members talking to them, they spread stuff too. When they get beers in them, that's bad news. But since okay, where was getting all these where I'm to actually make all these comments on his videos on all that, which he was receptive, and he commented to me and says, "Oh yeah, yeah, go ahead and make more videos or whatever." But yeah, when I was these long-winded comments on his videos, way I'm getting, I lived in this thing. Okay, I don't know how any of you guys watching this, the dynamic of your neighborhood is. I had something I was able to use my advantage. I was able to see around. They're looking at you, and I'm saying camera eyes, all eyes are on you. But yet at the same time, you can do counter surveillance. But to make a long story short, like I had, consider the dynamic of this area of the town I'm living in. And a family member gets mad, gets nice, brings your housewarming gifts. Okay, they park in the parking lot of the restaurant and they get told about it. Couch on top of the car, and bringing you some things. And keep in mind, if it was one of you guys, if the person in the restaurant comes out, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'll move in a second." Or my mother, and when you get family members that, if you're on my side about the gang stalking, they ain't bringing you nothing to be nice. It's all set up, especially if any of you guys had a mother or father family member like mine. They're looking to curse somebody out and do it to embarrass you. You'd go through a life as a teenager and they act like you're embarrassing them, but they're embarrassing fucking you. And but anyway, instead of being all nice and diplomatic, even though she knew she was going to get caught, she starts yelling real loud, "Oh, I'll ruin your fucking business. Don't fucking talk. Tell me where I can't fucking park." And at the time, I don't know why I took the couch. I was like, after we were talking, I was so fucking embarrassed. I don't know why I didn't just say, "You know what? This is crazy. If you don't, I don't want your fucking couch. You either take it back where you brought it, or just put it. I'll put it in the damn back. Let the garbage man take it, because I don't want your fucking couch now." But I didn't. We got all nice, and to make the long story short, she's egging me on to say how bad the place is, and was telling me that I should go in there once in a while and just drink just water or just coffee and just, deliberately be a nuisance some kind of way. And I was rolling my eyes, but I decided to do the opposite and start eating there all the time and being nice to people and doing stuff and a little bit at a time, But I was being egged to be afraid to go over there, because I told you in some of my other videos, a separate video, how you can be groomed. They try to groom you to be timid, physically weak and timid. And when people do stuff, to be embarrassed, they'll do embarrassing things, so you get too scared to go over there. When I'm trying to tell you, don't, if you're younger than me in this too, or a woman, don't do that, get too embarrassed to go over there. Try to go there and act nice, and do the opposite, and then maybe go there frequently, and a little bit of time says, "Oh, sorry about that stuff," because. But anyway, like I had other family members spreading stuff already, but when that shit happens, already you get people's kids here and here. The gossip gives. Or people have their eyes on you as it is when you're just getting in that place. They want to see who's moving into the new place. They might be gossip about and say, "Oh, these people over here are always wild, always this or that, drugs." And you'll get somebody, especially like me, with a ponytail. You'll get old people walking, and you'll see when you're going into your apartment after coming from work, you'll catch them. They're standing there with a gaping jaw, looking at the upper window of your apartment, standing on the sidewalk with their jaw gaping, like. And you catch them doing that, you just say, "Hi, what's up?" and kind of help you, but you almost want to say as a joke, "Oh, I bet there's all kind of drugs in there." So people are looking at you like that, right? But then when you get family members that do embarrassing shit like that on purpose to try to fuck you up, get you fired from your job, get you evicted from the place because they're jealous, it'll spread like wildfire. You got to diffuse this immediately. and then doing a little volunteer work or visit somebody's churches, like I did sometimes, or talking to neighbors. You end up visiting their churches because you're talking to the neighbors. Because I said in some of my other videos where I was, like I said, that you're groomed to be timid. I said in the video how I got hell for talking to neighbors, and because your family members are already telling other people, all their friends, from when you're a teenager, you're shy, you're timid, you're weak, and even indicate that you're emotionally or a little bit mentally challenged. But then you start talking all intelligent to people and start talking to people when you're in a mood and proving them wrong. They get pissed off. I observed that all through my life, put it that way. But um, so when I learned about gang stalking, you know what I mean, in these videos like this and seeing that, I want to start telling that story. Because even though I'm telling you in this video that there's this stuff that started happening, the harassment didn't end. The dynamic of the harassment changed, but it turns more like passive aggressive. You get shit looks, and then when I was talking to neighbors, instead of being some kind of curling up or just totally snubbing and hiding from people, I started talking. I learned that from my stepdad too, because my stepdad and my mother, their marriage was always aggressive, fighting with each other, and passive aggressive. And my stepdad knew. I observed how my stepdad, even if he was being the asshole or the aggressor, he'll go around and start talking to all the neighbors. Then my mother would play the different game, and she tried to go to churches to do that. But I observed this, and for my work, trying to be nice, talk to the neighbors, and do anything but what jealous family members want me to do. Start talking to people, and I had, to make a long story short, people's kids, because of all the rumors, trying to stand around your door, do passive aggressive bullshit, stare you down, and a whole bunch of shit that you got to watch when you get a bunch of people's kids trying to start. Since I talked to the neighbors, I had neighbors that caught the kids doing shit. I'm trying to, I don't want to tell you the whole stories about people's kids, but I saw your gang stalking videos, but people's kids too, that matters. That's a whole other story. But since I was talking to neighbors and talking to different people, they caught the kids and embarrassed them, so to speak. And then instead of being stalked, people's kids and then other adults would, some people would even start being cordial with me and nicer, but yet you'd see them giving you snake eyes when they're talking nice to you. It's almost like they're mad that they're wrong. And that's a whole dynamic of another story for a whole another fucking video that you can do a whole video about. In gang stalking, I wanted to get to where, say, some of it gets diffused, the dynamic changes, some of it turns into passive aggressive. Sometimes you'll make some people that are somewhat friends, and some of the ones that are talking to you may not be friends, but you'll get snake eyes, like, you see them in passing, like, that they'll say little shit, like they'll get nice to you and they'll say shit like whether you're talking in a restaurant, like act like they're talking about somebody else, but yet they're talking about you, and to drop you some hints to try to get under your skin, and you're thinking about it and laughing, and not like it's going to make you paranoid, but then you make conversation and you say something about what they're talking about, and you say you tell your take on it, and then they give you a dirty look. They could be talking about somebody else, but they could be talking about you. But you talk all intelligently and tell in things. Well, no, I don't do that shit, or you'd say in a conversation, well, I for one would handle this a little bit better if somebody thinks this or that, and then I'd also stick in there that I also wouldn't be acting or saying shit on somebody's word for it, or emphasize on he said, she said bullshit, and smile at them and say that, and you get these damn dirty ass looks. That's just fucking just priceless. And that conversation happens in a workplace too. So sometimes you'll end up making some friends, and it'll be almost like you're America and they're the former Soviet Union, talking nice to each other, but yet there's still a Cold War. Or you're America and they're China, being nice, but there was a Cold War, passive aggression, just like politics. And now I was just trying to tell you all this shit. Like, if you got this far, you got to look at the dynamic of your town. I was luckier that I had a lot of things closer to me. Some of you guys might think that's more bad news. As a matter of fact, you can observe quicker and which streets to walk up and whether you're outside your apartment, places that you go to, and how you can walk and carry yourself and make conversation with people. Maybe make some friends that'll turn the other way, or. But I was just trying to say, in a nutshell, if you got anything out of this video, that you can make stories within stories about it. But in a nutshell, I'm trying to tell you, all it takes was one or two jealous family members that get mad, or relatives. You got a place of your own. That simple, and then later on you end up moving on to a better job that you held for a while before you end up working shitty jobs for a while. And you end up having a ponytail with money in your hand and whipping out money to eat out every day and leaving tips. And it dovetails into another thing that I endorse doing, deliberately going down to a place that sells ceramics or things or whatever. Buy that pricier item, price your ceramic angel or different things where the old people were giving you dirty looks that they couldn't afford. Just deliberately, buy it, and whip out money and deliberately, like they won't spend the money you can't afford just to laugh in their face or whatever, which you end up buying a gift for a girlfriend later on and things like that. And show people, walk around and show people that you're not sneaky. Don't walk in any kind of a sneaky way and deliberately, show. Fuck you. It's like without outright saying it, you can go, fuck you. You think I need to steal your money? I'm not gonna follow along with that stereotype that you want me to be. I know you in your own mind. Some of these, like I said, in some of these people's mind, they want you to go they look at you, they think you're going to go shoot somebody, or they think they want you to do that, or they want you to go steal something. They want you to be a criminal. And yes, they want to egg you on to do it. But instead, whip out money and then buy a thing at a store, or buy that nice stereo that you pay in your good paying job to do. And yeah, I don't need to steal from any. I'm gonna buy things and I worked for it and I damn bought. You know what I mean? And I don't live on credit and have to drive no people at work acting like they're shit, looking down on you because you don't drive a car to work, have car payments, don't make a bunch of kids, and don't live on credit. It's a whole that's a whole different video I can talk about, how you're at the workplace. Oh, you don't live on credit, your hair is past the collar, and yeah, you just walk around with money. You don't even deserve to have this good paying job because you don't have kids and have a house payment. Like both the fanatic religious and the fanatic secular side. You're scum if you don't use your whole job to live on credit and to buy all this insurance and have kids and do all that. If you don't live that, what they call that kind of life, and you're just a selfish asshole that you're just for yourself, buying yourself nice stuff, then if you don't drink or party enough or do enough of drugs, oh, you're selfish because you don't fucking go out and drink enough. You're buying stuff for yourself instead of selling all your shit to go buy drugs. Oh yeah, you're just you're a selfish motherfucker because yeah, you want to have something nice and buy and work for when you should be selling it to buy a bag of weed, some heroin, and a case of beer, and all that stuff. And a couple of different cultures, and that mixed culture also is in the workplace, varies in the workplaces you go to. But I'm just trying to tell you in this video that my type of gang stalking thing that happened stemmed from getting my first place with the family members. Like doing shit. And then on top of that, as it is, like I said, when your family members do this shit, people without that, people when you're going into your first place, you have eyes on you as it is, and that's bad enough. That's bad. You have to act nice already as it is. When you're being looked at, they're wondering who you are, who the new person getting in this apartment is. Then on top of that, if you have family members or different people who are jealous, do shit in the town and say other kind of shit, start spreading shit just to fuck you over, but you have to learn how to counter it. You know, but like I said, this is a bunch of information that I can make videos separately, but that's how it like starts, and I think that's about it. Um, if it didn't start from your family members, like the guy was saying, it can be just about anything. The people you used to go to school with, you supposedly grew up, and they supposedly grew up, but you and them know each other from a distance, and there's a